Good morning, 3D. Today, let's have a fun Friday. All right, so our Zoom schedule isn't so bad. Your instrumental's at 10 to 10:15, and then we'll have our whole class at 11. The first half, we do have to make sure everyone votes and completes the survey. Unfortunately, a lot of people emailed me yesterday saying they only had 7 to 10 votes. Remember, you were supposed to go back to the Google Sheets and make sure that you completed everyone in our class. So we will make sure that we have that time in the beginning for everyone to complete the sheet. If you can do that before 11, that will save us a lot of time. Otherwise, we're going to have a longer Zoom. So make sure that you completed everyone's survey in our class. Everyone should have 20 complete answers so that they can move forward with their graph because now they're behind. So please, everyone, do that. Otherwise, they're not going to have enough data. Okay, so depending on what happens before 11, we might have to spend some time on that and just go over a few things. Please be prepared with your book club conversations. Your Padlets should be complete. I see a couple groups that are not completing their Padlets, so please do that and be ready for your book club conversations today. Okay, Miss Sorensen is available at 2:30 for her library broadcast. Okay, back by popular demand, the virtual classroom day. All right, so all the links are in your virtual classroom. So we're going to go into that right now. Okay, let's look at that. So the first page, listen to my audio. I give you directions. You can click on this picture and this picture, and that will bring you to learn more about Louis Armstrong and the Queens County Farm Museum, and just play my message because I just give you some information. Also, this is a really fun video that Miss Boyer put up to tell you how do you ride the subway system in New York City. So click around the rooms, make sure that it's a little bit of a scavenger hunt, but you do want to make sure that you do these two today to learn more about Queens, and you're going to complete the seesaw activity that's on your seesaw activity list. Okay, so that's a really fun activity. I'll show you that in a minute. Um, Miss Miss Luciano, you could just click away and see what you can find in her class. Same thing with Miss Boyer. Click around, see what you can find. There's some stuff here about New York City. For me, if you want to learn more about places to go and visit in Queens, you can click on these links, or more about Louis Armstrong, go for it. Now, Miss Mangan's class, you do have to listen to this activity. So anytime you see an audio here, it means to play and hear what the teacher in the room has to say. This, please play it. When you play it, you can also expand it so you can see the whole lesson. This is a very detailed lesson. If you don't watch it, you will have no idea what to do for today's math lesson. So it's very important that you play this and expand it. This is a read aloud that Miss Mangan does. That's really interesting. And then the rest is optional, and you can just look around and see what you can find for a scavenger hunt. So as you can see, there's 5 rooms. The introduction room is the first page, and then there's a classroom for each teacher. So the links are inside of each of the rooms for various activities, and you click everywhere. You'll be surprised how many new links are hidden. When you click on either IXL, BrainPop, or Epic, you do need to log into those web pages. So today there are 2 required activities. One is the seesaw activity, which I'm going to go to right now. Okay, it's here waiting for you. What do you see, think, wonder about the panorama of the city of New York? So you can listen to my instructions here, and then let's click on the template so you can see what you need to do. We're going to focus on the Queens Museum. I had you watch a video yesterday to learn a little bit about Queens Museum in Corona Park, and what they have is this beautiful model of New York City, and there's more information. The video yesterday really gave you information about this. It was built in 1964, so I want you to really look closely at it and see what you see what you think, and what do you wonder. Okay, so it's pretty amazing. I would love to get to the Queens Museum to see this exhibit. This everyone should recognize is the Unisphere. All right, so really look at this, and then you can take a guess what this is showing you. Okay, so there's some really great pictures here. And then this is what you need to do. So after viewing all of those slideshows, excuse me, you need to complete the See, Think, Wonder. So you need to get your text box and you're going to write out 4, what do you see? 4 different, what do you think? 4 things that you wonder. And you should be able to fill out 4. 4 is actually like the minimum amount. There's plenty to see, think, and wonder with those amazing photos. So really put some thought and effort into that. Okay, so that is your first requirement on the introductory page. I mentioned that. The second one is going into Mrs. Mangan's classroom and watching the video on the smartboard. Also, in your math folders, you have a new, it says Graphing Project Day 3. Remember, when it's shared with you, that means that it is yours to write on. So I'm going to go into your math folders to check that you completed the pages we asked you to do. So when you look into the math folder right here, again it says Graphing Day 3 for Friday. Mrs. Mangan goes through this in her video, but here are your slides. These are the ones that you can write on. Okay, so when you do that, notice Miss Mangan puts complete. Okay, right here. This is what you need to complete. This is where you need to put your text box. And once you watch her video, you'll understand. So you need to complete 7, 8. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Oh, look at that, 13 and 16. Okay, and this is a pretty challenging activity, so you really have to watch the video in her classroom to understand what you need to do today. So I will be looking in your math folders. You don't need to copy and paste into eLearn. I will look into your math folders to see what you did. Okay, today is your last day for spelling, so make sure all activities are completed. And then the rest of the day is your scavenger hunt, and these are some of the things that you might find with the links there. But boys and girls, it's a light Friday, which means all your assignments from the week should be completed. Your fantasy story should be done. You have your introduction, your middle, your closing. Next week, we're going to talk about revising and editing, and then you need to be ready for it to be published, and then we're going to put on Adobe Spark. So you need to look in your Seesaw. Are there any different comments that you need to look at or fix? Also, Adobe Spark, we had the lesson on it. If you have an iPad, then you still need to download it. Some of you just need permission from your parents, so just make sure you download it. It's free, but you do need Adobe Spark in order to do your fantasy story trailer next week. All right, so right now, your Mr. Casal told us that we just need to practice and do the demo lesson and just get used to it before we actually start our script for next week. All right, so today, think of today as a catch-up day for those missed assignments, and then you can explore the virtual classroom after you've done the 2 requirements. Okay, so these are the 2 requirements for today: catch-up work, and then exploration. All right, boys and girls, we have a lot to do. Please make sure you complete all 19 surveys. I tried to highlight all of them in yellow. So go back to yesterday's post to find the Google Sheet. So vote. I keep saying voting, but I guess it's more completing your friend's survey. I already did everyone's, so my part is done. And then once you finish that, Miss Mangan, Luciano, Miss Boyer's class, they have already started graphing. Everyone did their part. We're a little behind because not everyone did their part. So a lot of students need to do the graphing today as well as the questions for today's lesson. And then our project is complete for the week, and then we're moving on to finish with geometry until the end of the school year. So you really have until today to finish everything. Okay, boys and girls, I will see you at 11. Be prepared for your book club conversations. See you then.